Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be going over a full free course on OnlyFans management. So this is going to be an insanely valuable video for you guys out there who are looking to get started with making some really quick money online. Because in my opinion, this is the best business model there is. So we are going to go through everything when it comes to OnlyFans management. So you're going to have all the knowledge so you can get started and start applying this knowledge today. So let's get into it. So first we're going to go over like a high level overview of the business model itself. So the business model is simple. All you're doing as an OnlyFans management agency is partnering with OnlyFans models to scale their OnlyFans accounts. So your clients are going to be OnlyFans models, and the service delivery is going to be helping them grow their OnlyFans account. So a really easy niche to pitch your services to. Working with OnlyFans clients is always going to be really easy because they make a lot of money and they're rather unsophisticated, and providing value in terms of growing OnlyFans account is one of the easiest things you can do online as well. So essentially you want to basically find a model on either Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, doesn't matter what it is. Just want to find them on a platform, reach out to them, offering help when it comes to growing their account and their earnings in exchange for a percentage of the earnings that you're going to be making when it comes to growing their account. Okay, so why do they want to work with an agency? First of all, well, the reason they want to work with an agency is because to get to $10,000 a month on their own via OnlyFans, it's extremely difficult. And they would essentially have to work 24/7 to actually scale it to that figures. So all the girls that you see who are doing ridiculous sums of money online in terms of OnlyFans, I can guarantee you that all of them are working with an OnlyFans management agency, which is helping to scale it from behind the scenes, because by itself, it's extremely hard, okay? So as a result of all the top girls who are making lots and lots of money are working with OnlyFans agencies, these models are also going to want to be working with OnlyFans agencies as well. Now, an OnlyFans model, they have quite a few bits and bobs on their plate. So one, they've got to create content to use for marketing and selling inside their account. So marketing, in terms of getting subscribers, they need content of themselves. Within the account, the content that you're going to be selling is also content on themselves. So they need to be producing content day in and day out. Two is they need to promote themselves with the best practices across different platforms such as Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. So they need to keep up to date with the best practices. They need to be keeping up to date with how they can get as many subscribers as possible from that. A lot of different platforms to manage and a lot of different promotional strategies to manage as well. And then three is they've got to chat to their subscribers in their account as well. They've got to be constantly selling their content while managing the interactions with hundreds of different subscribers. So that's a whole job in of itself, chatting to the guys in their account day in, day out, selling content to make money. Now, most of the time, they're not going to be doing this 24/7. They're just going to do it a little bit to make a little bit of money, and then they're going to log off for the day because they don't want to be spending all day messaging guys. Now, the way that they actually get to 10K, 20K, 30K, 50K a month is by having an agency do this for them, okay? So it's difficult for them to create the best content, which is what really drives forward the account, while managing all of the rest of the operations. So by handling the other side of the operations, you free up more time and more creative energy for them to create better content and more content as well, which is ultimately what is going to help the OnlyFans account grow. It's what they should be focusing on day in, day out to actually scale the OnlyFans account earnings, and you handle all the other operational side of it. So let's break down the business economics of this for a second, okay? So the beauty of this business model is that you can make a lot of money ridiculously fast. So as you can see here, within the OnlyFans consulting program that I've built, we've got Shana and Sergio. They scaled from $0 to $12,000 a month in 21 days. Ash scaled his agency to 10K a month in profit, now expecting to hit 20K a month. JP went from signing his first OnlyFans model to, as you can see, this was post signing his first model using our system, to hitting 50K a month with his OnlyFans agency. Jenna scaled $30,000 a month. Dylan, 20K a month. Aiden, $137,000. So as you can see, you can make a ridiculous sum of money very, very quickly with this exact business model. And the reason why you can make lots of money really quickly is because of the business economics of it. So for example, the typical management fee is a 50% rev share, okay? So if you're signing, let's say, a 5K a month model at 50% rev share, that's 2.5K a month for profit for you straight away. If you're signing a 10K a month model at a 50% rev share, that's a 5K a month profit. Two 5K a month models, 50% rev share, 5K a month profit. Two 10K a month models, 50% rev share, 10K a month profit. So you can make a lot of money just from one model. You can sign, as we've had within our consulting program with Jack, he signed a 30K a month model in 3 weeks with our model recruitment system. So you can scale this ridiculously quickly. 30K a month, signing that model, 50% rev share, 15K a month. Okay. So this is how you make money with this business model. So I'm now going to go over a few reasons why this is the best business model to get started with and why you should just stick to this one business model. Commit the next 3 months to focusing on building this one particular business, and trust me, you will see a lot of success. So the reasons why it's the best business model is, first, if anyone can do this business with very little to no experience. It doesn't require that much experience. As we all know, OnlyFans is just one of the easiest businesses out there. You're selling a product which costs nothing to make, which you can sell to thousands of people. They'll keep on coming back to buy as well. And you don't need much experience when it comes to marketing it, because the content itself is the marketing. Lust for men is always going to be the easiest industry to sell to and make money in. We then have the fact that OnlyFans is the easiest money that you can make online. And it gives you an opportunity to be a part of this easy money. You see these girls out here making ridiculous sums of money. Just go on news, type in OnlyFans. You'll see the list of all these girls making ridiculous sums of money. Ex-school teacher making 50K a month. It's a opportunity or a way for you to be part of the easy money that's being made through OnlyFans. We also have, it costs nothing to start the business. The OnlyFans platform is free. Social media is free. Outreach to clients is free. It's all free. So you can get started with no money. We then have the fact that there's hundreds of thousands of OnlyFans models who need help growing. By the time you finish watching this video, there would have been dozens, if not hundreds, of OnlyFans girls who have signed up to the platform and then starting their OnlyFans accounts. So there's constantly a massive influx of OnlyFans clients. And it's impossible for all the agencies in this unknown space at the moment to actually capitalize on all the models coming in. Okay, so it's very easy to get clients. You can also do this from anywhere in the world. It's all completely online. Even with dropshipping, people say it's an online business. It isn't really. You got to deal with inventory, Amazon FBA. This is a true online business. Everything is online. Okay. You then have the fact that you're literally selling images that cost nothing to create. So as I said, the product costs nothing to create, which means it's super high profit margins. You get repeat customers coming back, spending money every day or every week. They're building relationships with these models, and they're just going to continually throw reoccurring revenue through subscriptions, through tips to your model. So it's just going to compound month after month. The business is just going to continue to grow. Okay. You can sell an image for a few bucks to thousands of people. So just think about the economics of that for a second. If you sell an image for $5 to 100 people, that's $500. Okay. And then it's easy to scale OnlyFans accounts as well. It's the easiest service-based client to possibly help. Okay. It doesn't require anything special. You're just helping models grow on OnlyFans. Okay. So one of the first elements of an OnlyFans management agency is to get a model to manage in the first place. Without a model, you haven't got an OnlyFans management agency. So I'm going to walk you through the model recruitment process that you can undertake in order to get these models signed for your agency. Okay. So when working with models, it's best to work with models who already have a pre-existing audience. Personally, I find that it's a lot easier to grow their accounts when they've already got a pre-existing audience. And this way you can make money faster for your agency as well. And it's also important that you find high quality models. Now, what do I mean when I say a high quality model? I don't mean a high quality model based on looks. Looks doesn't matter when it comes to making money through OnlyFans. Generally, a high quality model has these 3 things. They're talented, they're motivated, and they're consistent. Okay. So it's those three things that you're looking for that is really going to make or break your OnlyFans management agency. Now, trust me when I say working with, finding a model with these three traits is integral to your success as an OnlyFans management agency. Because if you don't find a model who's talented, it's going to be difficult to actually have her create good quality content, which is going to be good for marketing and good for selling in the account as well. If you don't have a motivated model, then it's going to be hard getting content from her in the first place. If she's not consistent, then it's going to be hard, consistently building up, the OnlyFans earnings month after month. You need to be consistent in order to have success with any business out there. So this is kind of like the baseline that you're looking for when you do go out there and sign a model. And I cannot stress the importance of finding models with these three traits, okay? So we also have models by size, okay? So in general, a low-ticket model, you'll find her on social media, and she'll have anywhere between 0 and 5,000 followers. If she's got between that frame of followers, then we consider a low-ticket model. She's probably not earning that much money. A medium-ticket model will be from 5,000 followers to 20,000 followers. So within that range, the model is probably producing a decent income. She's probably making a living off of OnlyFans. So we consider her a medium ticket. And then we have high tickets. So models who have got over 30,000 followers on a particular social media platform, they're going to be making a lot more money. They'll be making at least $10,000 a month, providing that, of course, they're actually in the back end selling the content. Okay. So let's go over how to find the models. So now that we know actually what models to look for and the particular tickets of the models that we're going to be signing, we need to cover how to actually find them in the first place. So finding models isn't difficult at all, because in order to get subscribers, they need to make themselves very easy to find, okay? So we can search for models where they advertise to find subscribers. So examples of this, we can find models on Instagram, find models on TikTok, find models on Twitter, find models on Reddit. So all these different platforms that the models are going to be using to promote themselves, you can use the keywords that they're likely going to be promoting themselves under to actually find them. So as an example of this, I'll just search through and find a model for Instagram. So to find a model on Instagram, what we can do is we can go to the search bar, type in hashtag FYP. It's going to come up with the URL search for that. Then we can just type in OnlyFans, okay? Then we're going to see a bunch of content pop up that is related to OnlyFans models. All of these girls are promoting themselves on Instagram, hoping to get traffic. So all you have to do is click on their profile and outreach to them. So that's one example of how you can find models by leveraging Instagram, and you can do this with any particular social media platform. Additionally, we have other ways to find models as well. So you have OnlyFans search engines. So there's search engines which feature OnlyFans accounts, and you can also use Google searching as well. So you can go on Google, you can leverage certain Google prompts to search the site OnlyFans. You can have site onlyfans.com space and then a particular keyword or a particular name of the model. So you can put in a generic name such as Amy, and it's going to come up with a ton of models who their name is Amy. You can also use the OnlyFans search engine here, which I'll just open it up. And you can literally just go in here. You can literally just search in a name, for example, and you're going to find a ton of models. You can search in particular niches, and it's also going to come up with lots of models as well. So finding models is very easy because they need to make themselves visible online to actually get subscribers in the first place. So now let's go over how to actually outreach to these models now that we understand how to find them. So the first step to outreach is crafting your offer. So you need to remember that you're not selling OnlyFans management. You're not even selling them help on growing their OnlyFans account. You're selling the desired situation. So the desired situation is the difference between where they are currently at and where they want to be. So where they want to be is their desired situation. So it's your job to show them how you can help them do that via OnlyFans management, i.e. helping them grow on OnlyFans. So as you can see here within this graph, we have the current situation, which is where they're currently at. which are going to be their problems. So what is their current situation? Maybe they're struggling to keep up with daily tasks, stressed with a disorganized workflow of what to do, haven't tried multiple platforms and struggling to grow, or have tried multiple platforms and struggling to grow, don't want to be talking to subscribers day in, day out. That's their current situation. They've got all these problems that are going through their mind day in, day out. And their desired situation is where they want to get to, and it's why they're looking for an agency. So their desired situation may be to only have to work 2 hours a day, make $10,000 every single month. They want to feel a little bit more organized on a day-by-day basis instead of so chaotic trying to do all these different things. And they want to have more free time to spend with friends and family. So what you are selling is the transformation between their current situation with all these problems to the desired situation. Now, once you've figured out exactly where they are and where they want to be, creating the offer is very simple, because you just need to look at how you can pitch yourself as the your agency service as what is going to be the vehicle that gets them from their current situation to that desired situation. Okay. Step 2 is setting up your Instagram. Okay. So we need to set up an Instagram so we can outreach to the models. This is only if you outreach to models on Instagram. You can outreach to them on all these different platforms, so you can take the core concepts and apply them to different platforms as well. Okay. Now, we need to create an Instagram, obviously, so we can actually message these models so they can see your offer, so you can actually start pitching your services to these models. Now, we want to have a few things reflected on the Instagram page. This is just so we can improve the conversion rate when we do outreach to them. Okay, so you want to make sure that we're building trust, we are building rapport, and we're also showcasing our offer. Now, to build trust, you can do this via either having testimonials of models you've helped, having case studies of the results that you've achieved, or you can also just demonstrate that you're an expert via knowledge. So you can just be showcasing some knowledge on how to grow an OnlyFans account on Instagram. Okay. Now, to build rapport, you can do this via showcasing yourself. Obviously, if you show your face, it's going to build more rapport. Showcasing your hobbies and your interests, so they have a little bit more of a personal connection with the person behind the agency. And then also showing the face behind the agency. So that's the main ways that you build rapport. Or you can also just show like the culture of the agency as well. So you're going to want to make sure that you're building rapport. And you just generally do that by kind of letting them in and showing a bit of personality, whether it's through the agency or through yourself. Okay. So ideally incorporating all of the above here will improve the response rate and interest rate that you get from your outreach efforts. Okay. But you'll also want to have your offer as clear as possible for those who do view your Instagram. So when you message them, they may click on the Instagram to actually view the page that is reaching out to them. So you want to have your offer there so they know exactly who you are and how you can help them in a short little sentence. So you can do this by in your offer by having a quick statement of what your offer is. So a quick synopsis of the offer. So for example, we help OnlyFans models hit 10K a month via promotional and management strategies. That's a very basic offer, but it's just very clear, straight to the point. When they do click on the profile, they can understand exactly what you can help them do and how you can help them do it. Okay. So here's an Instagram checklist for you to go through. Make sure you got a clean agency logo. So if you're building an agency page, make sure that agency logo is clear. If you're building a personal page, make sure you got a clear headshot. You also want to have the offer in the bio, and then have trust and rapport building content. Okay, the more trust and rapport building content, the better. If you've got like a good case study, for example, a video testimonial, then you're not going to need as much of this to be as effective. Okay. So some other things you can do to increase your conversion rates is you can have story highlights. So you can have story highlights of tips, story highlights showcasing results. That's going to help improve the conversion rate. You can buy meta verified on the account as well. So if they see the verification tick, more likely they're going to be able to see, they're going to see the messages that are coming through. They're going to click on it and be a bit more interested. And then also by featuring yourself as well. Okay. Now, step 3 is sending DMs. Okay, so here is a very basic DM outreach script that you can just implement straight away. Obviously, for my consulting students, we go a little bit more in depth in terms of the DM outreach script. But this is just a basic one you get started with. So, hey, name, I came across your profile and I love your vibe. Have you ever thought of scaling your OnlyFans account to the goal? whether it's 10K a month. I specialize in, and you can pitch your offer here. I specialize in getting girls 10,000 a month via our promotional management strategies. I've actually built a free audit for you to help you grow your OnlyFans account. Is it cool if I send it over free? Now, when sending DMs, you want to make sure that you're leading with value, okay? Lots of people come across as beggars. They'll be messaging these models, begging, saying, hey, please let me manage your OnlyFans account, okay? You don't want to do this. You always want to lead with value because it's going to lead to a positive interaction, and it's also going to help build that rapport, okay? So you can build rapport with an individual, and you can build trust by just delivering them some value. And it's easy to do this. You can just research tips on how to deliver value. You can watch the rest of this video where we're going to go through how to actually deliver value as well. But the way that we did it when we're starting off at my agency, so the way that we did this when starting off was by using this. So this is an OnlyFans audit. This is one that we filled out for models and sent it to them. So we'd send them a message, hey, are you interested in this audit we've created for you? They then respond yes. We'd then create the audit, fill it out based on the information we can find, and then we'd then send it over to them, okay? So you can get very creative with this. You can give them access to exclusive retweet for retweet groups. You can build pre-scripted section sets so they can just make the content and they can just sell with the DMs already made. But just essentially giving them some value up front, okay? Then you're going to want to book the sales call, okay? So you can do this by leveraging Calendly. So you can go to calendly.com, and with calendly.com, you'll just be able to create an event. So as you can see here, you just go here, new event type, create your event, and then you'll be able to get started with it, okay? Nice and simple. You'll be able to copy this link, send it over to them, and they'll be able to book a time with your availability. So now that we've covered how to outreach to models, crafting your offer, finding models, getting them, booking them on a sales call to close them, let's go through the actual sales call process itself. So lots of people get very nervous when it comes to sales calls. They have a little bit of hesitation when it comes to hopping on calls and selling to people. But it's very simple closing OnlyFans models. And I will say, it's the easiest potential client that you can close online, because they're not very sophisticated compared to reaching out to other business owners and trying to sell to them, okay? So part one of closing is the preparation and initial connection, okay? So you want to make sure that you're ready. Start with a notepad or digital tool to record answers, showing you're an active listener and you're engaged. Personally, I just open notes and I just make sure to be jotting down some notes as they're speaking, as they'll be saying some important stuff, just so they feel heard and understood. You then want to break the ice. So begin with a friendly, casual conversation. You don't want to jump straight into a sales call because it's just going to be, they're just going to feel like it is a sales call. Okay, you want to make sure that you just start off friendly, build a little bit of connection, build a little rapport, just to ease the interaction with them. Okay, so they feel a little bit more relaxed going into it. The next step is to set the expectations for the call. So you want to outline the purpose. So clarify that the call is primarily to understand their needs, see if they're a good fit. You can emphasize that it's not a sales pitch. If you want to do a 2-call close, if you want to do a 1-call close, you can say, look, if it's a good fit, I'll then pitch you our services. If not, then it's no problem. I'll send over some free information to help you out. Okay. So just start off by setting the expectations so they know what they're getting in for on the call itself. Okay. Then we have part 3, which is the discovery phase. So you want to actually pay attention and ask questions around their current situation, because you can't sell to someone unless you know their current situation, because what you're selling to them might not resonate and you don't know how to pitch what you're actually selling to them either. So ask about their current efforts that they've had on OnlyFans. So whether they've tried different types of promotion, what sort of content they've been trying to sell, how much money they've been making with it. Look at their page pricing, their marketing strategy, the revenue and subscriber count that they've currently got, whether they've worked with any agencies in the past, and if so, what were their reasons for leaving. So this part is good for you as well, because you want to make sure, as we said before, you're signing high quality models. So a way that you can go about doing that is by asking these kind of qualification questions to them. Okay. Then you want to identify the desired outcome. So once you figured out the current situation, the current problems that they're facing, the things that they tried, their pain points, their struggles, you then want to figure out what they're actually looking for. So why they joined OnlyFans in the first place, what are their aspirations, what are the motivating factors, what sort of earnings are they looking for. Just ask questions so you can figure out what they are actually looking for, okay? Then part 4 is to introduce projections and service logic, okay? So you always want to provide logic to people so they actually understand. So it makes logical sense for them to go ahead with the decision, okay? If you can clearly demonstrate that the logical decision is to go ahead with your agency services, then everyone is going to go ahead with it, okay? There's very few people who will, listen to a compelling argument based on logic and decide not to go ahead with it, okay? So you can show projections based on data. So whether you do this in the first call, the second call, you can show them projections based on, similar clients' results, or you can go through their results and show them projections based on that, and how you can actually look and what sort of revenue figures you can be pulling in. And you can also gauge their buy-in as well. So confirm that they believe these goals are achievable, asking if the logic makes sense to them after you presented it to them. Part 5 is to then explain how your services work. So explain how you're going to fulfill the logic that you presented to them. So detailed service components such as onboarding, communication, content needs, how you're going to manage the page, what sort of promotional strategies you're going to be implementing. Essentially, you want to be tying everything back to the original, what they're looking for, the desired situation. So for example, if a model hops on a call and says, well, I just don't really understand how to do promotion, it's all over the place, you can say, look, as an agency, we're going to take care of the OnlyFans promotion. We're going to help you promote on platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. We're going to use the best strategies. We're going to collaborate with other models. We're going to be, taking this off your plate for you. So again, making it seem or making it appear that you're going to actually help them when it comes to their desired situation. Then part 6 is to answer questions and address concerns, okay? So you want to encourage questions along the way as you explain it. Say, do you have any questions about this? It's important that you get them all out on this call, because any unanswered question is ultimately going to end up being an objection they have, okay? So you want to make sure you're asking these questions to make sure that they understand everything, and then you'll handle the objections as well. So you may ask a question, they may bring up some sort of, objection, and it's always going to be an objection either to the value that you're providing or their trust in you, okay? Lots of these questions, people think there's all sorts of different objections they need to prepare for. No, it's one of those two things, because if they truly believe that you can help them and they truly trust that you can help them, then there's zero reason why they're not going to go ahead, okay? You're not asking for money up front. You're asking for a percentage of future earnings. It's a very easy close. So it's going to be an objection with either that, with either the value providing or them trusting you, so you can, handle those objections, okay? And then part 7, you then want to explain the revenue share and close. So, just say, look, this is the fee we charge, 50%. You want to, of course, adjust this to their account size. And then you want to reinforce the value as well. So emphasize the return on investment that they'll gain from your management and promotional strategies. So you can say, look, you're doing 2K a month. You're doing all of this work. We're going to take off all this off your plate. We're then going to be able to get you to 10K a month. So you're going to be making 5K a month after we've taken 50% rev share. Okay, so you can explain it to them like that. Then part 8 is you want to make sure to finalize the agreement. Now, I cannot stress the importance that you do not have the model signed until she's actually signed the contract. Okay, if you get a yes from the model, it doesn't mean anything because she may back out. So you want to make sure that you get her to sign the contract. So send the contract on the call, walk through the onboarding steps, such as the account access, scheduling content, and how you're going to communicate with them from then on out. Okay, so they should be very clear in terms of the next steps if they decide that they want to go ahead. Okay, so very simple when it comes to closing these OnlyFans models. Basically, all you're doing is hopping on a call, being nice to them, just being very genuine, setting the expectations for the call, figuring out where they're currently at, figuring out where they want to be, and then providing logic on how you can get, by using your services, they can get from where they're currently at to where they want to be, and then handling the objections and then closing them. Okay, nice and simple. We then have the model onboarding. Okay, so after you close the model, you can send them an email walking through the onboarding process with the step-by-step guide on how to get started. This is how we work with our consulting students. We just give them the onboarding email template that we leverage at my agency, as well as the client folder template and the contract template and all of that. So when it comes to the contract, you want to make sure you're structuring it correctly. Okay, so you need to understand that it's a partnership between yourself and the model. So it's important that you get a concrete agreement of that partnership. As you would go into with any potential business partner, you would want to make sure there's a contract in place. So everyone understands how much money they're going to be making and what they're expected to do. So the key elements of a contract that you want to include for OnlyFans management is the services you'll provide, a non-disclosure agreement, what you'll be compensated for your services, how long the contract will last, how they can cancel the contract, and then also protection for your agency. So protection legally for your agency in case content does get leaked or there's any potential issues with accounts getting banned, etc. Okay, so you can structure your contract to last different lengths. So typically you have a contract which is either 3 to 6 months. So this is kind of seen as a trial contract in the industry, good for pitching short-term arrangements with the models if they're potentially unsure about signing for a long period, and if you're potentially unsure about working with them, again, it's good to use a trial contract. And then you have 12 plus months. So the typical contract length for model management is 12 plus months. Which is the ideal contract that you want to get these models signed to. Okay, so if you've got a great model who's going to absolutely crush it and you want to be working with them for as long as possible and they're really invested in working with the agency, that you can send them a 12 plus month contract. Okay, so then we have the client folder. Okay, so after onboarding the model, we now need to focus on setting up this client folder, and it's essentially the OS system, so the operating system that the model will use to navigate and interact with your agency. So it's important that it's robust and it's set up properly and professionally. Okay, so at my agency, within our client folder, we include a couple of things. So the first thing we include is a welcome pack. So a welcome pack is essentially just a manual on for how the model can navigate with the agency and inside the client folder. So it's your job as an agency to make the experience as simplistic as possible for the model, because the more friction that there is between signing the model and actually making money, the slower it's going to be for you to actually start making money. So we want to make that as short as possible. So the welcome pack can contain the following: congratulations on joining your agency, steps for booking in the first onboarding call, how to upload content and where to find content creation guides, and then how to access client reporting and get the most out of it as well. Okay, so it just covers what they need to understand when it comes to working with your agency. We then have content collection. So this is the most important and integral aspect of your agency, is to collect content from the models, because it's ultimately going to be needed to distribute, whether that's on the model's OnlyFans account or the social media platforms. So you can set up a content repository folder within the client folder where they can upload content to. So you'll need to collect different content types, such as promotional content, walled feed content, so the content that you'll upload to the model's OnlyFans page, and then chatting content, so the content that you can sell within the OnlyFans account via pay-per-view, so they pay to view the content, or within sexting sets, where they give tips to have a sexting chat with the model, and you just sell content throughout that chat. Okay. Then we have client reporting. So client reporting, again, is another important aspect of your agency, because you want to relay the value that you're providing to the model consistently. So the more often and the simpler the process is that you're able to showcase the value that you're providing, the more she'll recognize the value that you're providing. Okay, so you can leverage tools that integrate as a management CRM for the model's accounts that does the reporting for you. So we use Inflow at our agency, and it gives us a nice reporting tab where we can see how well the models are doing. We can then just export the report and upload the content to the model's client folder so they get consistent updated reporting that they can view within the client folder. Okay, so we've now signed a model and we've got our onboarded. So now we need to go through the actual account setup, so the actual OnlyFans account structure. So, this is before we begin with promotion. We want to make sure the account is set up the right way from the get-go. This way, we can provide instant value to the model. Whether she's got some pre-existing subscribers, we want to make sure that we optimize the OnlyFans account because it's going to boost the revenue straight away. Because we can just do that by just optimizing the back end of the model's OnlyFans account to perform better, to get more engagement and to sell more content. We also want to make sure this is set up to capture the maximum amount of revenue possible from our promotional systems that we will be implementing too. So you don't want to waste promotional efforts when you don't have the back end system in place. Otherwise, you're going to be getting a bunch of subscribers in, but you're not going to be making as much money from those subscribers as possible. The relationship's going to be dying out within the OnlyFans account because you haven't got the back end of the account optimized. Okay, so to optimize the OnlyFans account, typically we start off with picking a niche for the model to be active in. So, how to pick a niche? So the first thing is to pick a niche that we build the model's account around. Subscribers are joining the model's OnlyFans account not to just see pictures of her naked, but to be able to get an experience out of subscribing to her account. Whether it's the experience of being able to talk with a hot girl, being able to interact more personally with a celebrity figure on Instagram, or to live out a particular fetish that they're unable to live out in real life. Okay, essentially, the subscribers are joining the account to do just that. So you have two overarching niches, and then you have sub-niches beneath them. So the two overarching niches are dominant models and then submissive models as well. Okay, so within dominant models, you have dominant niches such as a boss, a MILF, BDSM, goddess, dominatrix, etc. There is hundreds of them with hundreds of different fetishes. It's up to you to do the research within these different niches. So dominant is a good niche because it's very easy to make more money inside of the account because you can be more direct when asking for money. As it's dominant, you can say, hey, I need money. Okay, and that's a fine interaction to have within a dominant niche account. You then have submissive niches. So submissive niches are such as secretary, college girl, girl next door, etc. Okay, so these are niches where the guy likes being more dominant than the girl. So with the model, you pick a niche that best suits her style of content and aesthetic, and then build the social media branding as well as the account branding around that niche. Okay, so it's important that you collaborate with the model on picking the niche. You want to make sure that you look at her aesthetic, look at what particular niche that she would perform well in, where is she currently attracting subscribers from, what particular fetishes do they have, and then build a niche that is more focused on that. Now, lots of people think that by building a hyper-focused niche, they're going to be, upsetting a lot of other people and potentially deterring a lot of other potential subscribers away because they're not interested in that particular niche or fetish. But it's the opposite. It's the exact opposite. By being more clear about the niche that you're serving, you're going to be attracting more people within that niche, and you're going to be getting higher conversion rates, more visibility within that niche, and ultimately you're going to be making more money quicker. So now we're going to walk through how to structure the OnlyFans account. So structuring the OnlyFans account is really important because it's going to give you the ability to effectively nurture the relationship that is coming in to the OnlyFans account. You want to make sure you're nurturing that relationship to make as much money as possible. And you also want to improve the conversion rate of subscriptions that you're getting when people check out the model's OnlyFans page too. So step one is the profile setup. So you want to make sure that we've got a good display picture of the model being featured on the OnlyFans account. So a nice cute photo of the model, and then also professionally you can Canva to design the banner as well. So a nice professional banner as well. You don't want any low image banner or some banner which doesn't really have the right proportions. You want to make sure that it's a professional banner. Next, you want to include a great bio. So obviously this is where the importance of niching comes down. Once you've figured out the niching element of it, you'll then be able to craft a bio that appeals to the particular niche that you're targeting for the OnlyFans model. So a nice bio highlights the actual offers, using bullet points, and it's nice and friendly introduction to the model. And then we have a display name. So you want to make it catchy and memorable so people will be able to remember the display name. So if they want to come back, they'll be able to just think about the display name and come back. You don't want anything too complicated where they won't be able to find you again. Now, step 2 is to verify the ID in the bank. So this is what the model's going to have to do. She's going to have to complete the ID and bank verification. Obviously, OnlyFans has some really strict built-in verification policies because of the nature of the platform. So you can check out this verification guide here as well if you're looking for some tips. Then we have step 3, which is subscription pricing. So consult with the model on the pricing that you see fit for the model. Obviously, it's going to fluctuate. Generally, the higher the price, the higher the quality of content is expected, and the more in demand the model must be as well. So $11 a month is on the high end, $4 a month is on the low end, and you can include some bundles as well. So 30% off for 3 months, 40% off for 6 months, 50% off for 1 year. Step 4 is to link the socials. We want to link the model's social accounts. So this gives legitimacy and authority as a creator, and then also increases engagement and visibility with subscribers. So we want to link the model's social medias. If she's got a really big social media, that's going to be great linking it to the OnlyFans account. They can see that she's an Insta famous model or a Twitter famous model. Then we have step 5, which is setting up the welcome message. So within the settings of OnlyFans, you can have a welcome message which fires as soon as someone subscribes to the model's account. So this is great because you can automatically hit it off with a nice introduction, and you can also sell some content initially within that welcome message. In addition to that, you want to make sure you're doing manual follow-ups. So 30 minutes later, you'll send them another message where you actually sell some more content. And then step 6 is upload 15 posts. So when a subscriber goes to the Models OnlyFans page, before subscribing, they'll be able to see how much content is going to be on the page. If they see 0 content, then they're not going to pay for a subscription because they know they're not going to get anything straight away. If they've got 15 posts, they know they're going to be able to see 15 posts straight away. So this is kind of the minimum that you need, at least 15 bits of content on the model's wall feed, so on the model's page. So when they do subscribe, they get access to content instantly. And then you want to set up tracking links. So within settings, profile tracking links, you want to create a tracking link for the model's Instagram, for the model's Twitter, so you can see where the subscribers are actually coming from in the first place. Tracking is really important, and it's something that you're going to need to master as a professional OnlyFans management agency. Knowing your numbers is key. So now we're going to go over chatting, which is arguably one of the most integral aspects of running an OnlyFans management agency. Now, the reason it's one of the most integral aspects is because this is where you're going to be making the majority of your revenue, okay? 20% should be coming from subscriptions, max. If you're getting 50% of revenue from subscriptions, then it means that you've got a poor chatting operation. So 80 to 20% split is what you should be aiming for in terms of the chatting ratio to subscriptions. In addition to that, with chatting, we can apply leverage as an agency. So we can apply leverage in terms of pre-building chatting operations, which we do at my agency. And we can take on lots of model accounts. We can have 24/7 chatting coverage by installing virtual assistants as well. So we pay virtual assistants $3 an hour to hop into the account, chat to the model's subscribers, sell content on the model's behalf, and this way the model is taken off her plate. She no longer has to worry about chatting. As we said earlier, the more stuff we can take off her plate while also increasing the revenue, the better we are doing as an OnlyFans management agency. So you should aim for a 1 to 8 sub to chatting ratio when chatting in the back end. 1 to 8 sub chatting ratio is considered really good. Anything less than that is not ideal. So for example, every $1 you make from subscriptions, you should be making $8 in the back end from chatting, okay? So let's go over the account revenue sources. So there's a few of them. So the first one is subscriptions. This is manually reoccurring small subscriptions to have access to the model's OnlyFans account in the first place. Okay. So the goal of subscriptions is to add a baseline of consistent income coming in. So the model can consistently make 5K, 10K a month just from subscriptions alone. And then everything else is, absolute bonus. Which is really the benefit of running an OnlyFans management agency. You're working with a subscription-based model, and subscription-based models are just really good for building consistent monthly income. And then we also have tips. So subscribers can tip on the model's wall feed for more content. They can also tip within chatting to the model inside the account to get access to content. So this is how you can sell, sexting sets, so sets of content that the model sends to them. They can tip to get access to exclusive custom content in addition. So tips is where the majority of your revenue is going to be coming from. You also have pay-per-views. Pay-per-views is good. You can send out a mass message pay-per-view, which is basically going to send a message with a little caption to it, and then it's going to be behind a paywall. So the subscriber will have to pay in order to access this content. So you can send out 1, 2, 3, even 5 times a day pay-per-views to all your subscribers, charging a few bucks for a piece of content, and then you're going to get a portion of the subscribers who do decide to buy that content, and then that's how an additional form of revenue that you're going to be making. And then also you can set targets. So you can have a post which sets a target. After we've raised X amount, I'm going to release this into the community. Or a target on helping the model to buy a fancy costume, which you can then create content with. So you can create these elaborate targets, and subscribers will contribute to these targets to help the model hit a particular milestone where they'll end up getting the reward that they're paying for in the first place. Okay? So those are the main sources of revenue when you're managing an OnlyFans model. Now you have model promotion. So with model promotion, a common misconception is that you want to focus on multiple different social media platforms at the same time. I see so many beginner OnlyFans management agencies doing this, and this is a massive mistake. Logically, you think, the more reach has got, the more maximum reach we're going to have, the more eyeballs, the more money we're going to be making. However, based on the evidence at my own agency and working with dozens of people building their agencies as well, the fastest way to get model subscribers is by focusing on one particular platform, maximizing that particular platform for the model, and then implementing other platforms as well. So you kind of build out on one platform. So you build out on Reddit, for example, get lots of subscribers from Reddit for the model. You get up to 10, 20, 30K a month, and then you implement another platform, okay? So for example, we got a model at my own personal agency from 3K a month to 30K a month by just Reddit traffic alone. And you can do this with any platform. But all that matters is having focused and directed attention to one particular form of traffic. Now, with promotion, you have lots of different platforms that you can promote the model on, which is great for us as an agency. We can promote the model on platforms such as Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, dating apps, VetLife, tube sites, and more. So there's so many platforms out there. You can get really creative with the platforms that you do decide to promote the model on as well. Now, with each of these platforms, there's generally 3 different types of traffic that you can focus on. The 3 different types are organic, growth hacking, and paid, okay? So organic traffic is when you're using the platform as intended by the platform creators. Models who leverage the tactics such as you have Karina Corp, she's a big OnlyFans creator. They've all built large followings on social media platforms organically, and then they can just send out links on their story within their bio, and they're going to get absolutely tons of traffic and subscriptions to the OF page. So in general, this form of traffic is very slow building, so you're not going to be able to get a model from 0 to 10K a month in 30 days by just focusing on organic traffic alone. But once you've put in the time, it's one of the best forms of promotion that there is, okay? Because it's free promotion and it's consistent as well. Now, you also have growth hacking. So growth hacking is when you exploit the platforms, so using them how they're not intended to get more traffic from the platforms. Now, this is the fastest way a faster way than organic to get more subscribers to your model accounts, but it can have a lot of operational complexities. You need to understand a lot about different stuff, such as building multiple accounts, managing the multiple accounts, how to log into the accounts without getting banned, repurposing the content, using botting, using shoutouts, and leveraging automations. So there's a little bit of complexity when it comes to it, which is why it's not necessarily beginner friendly, unless of course you're getting mentorship from someone like myself, and we're walking you through step by step how to implement these growth hacking operations. Okay. And then the final type of paid traffic, and this can be a very fast way of getting traffic and lots of subscribers for your model account. However, it's very costly, and it's paid traffic. So paid traffic is very costly because you need to spend to get that traffic. But if you make sure that you got a solid backend within the model account, so you're making sure that you're making lots of money from the subscribers that do join, then the paid traffic can be worth it, because you're paying for the subscriber to come in the first place, and then you're making money in the back end. So if you've got a average lifetime value for a subscriber of a few $100s, then that's great. You can spend a few $100s to acquire just one subscriber, and most likely it's a lot less than a few $100s to get one subscriber. Okay. Now, it'll be too long to cover all these different traffic methods in depth. That would be 20 plus hours of training, this type of stuff that I'm going to reserve for the my OnlyFans mentorship students within my OnlyFans Millions program, which you can access in the link below. But for the sake of this video, we're going to cover organic traffic on just a few platforms. Okay, so I just give you like a good solid baseline so you can start getting traffic for these models and start providing value to them as well. Okay, so Reddit is the first platform we're going to focus on. So how to promote on Reddit. So Reddit is a vast social platform made up of specialized communities called subreddits. Now, these subreddits cater to every imaginable interest that you could possibly think of. So absolutely everything, from hobbies to popular TV shows. And for creators in the adult industry, Reddit offers a unique space to connect with potential fans and promote the OnlyFans content as well. So certain subreddits are specifically geared towards adult content. So you've got subreddits which are built for OnlyFans creators, and they are also frequented by two main audiences. So creators looking to promote themselves, and then people who are looking to purchase content. So by actively engaging in these subreddits, you can reach a highly targeted audience and attract loyal subscribers. Now, over time on Reddit, you can also encounter what we call superfans or whales. And these are people who are willing to spend a lot of money inside of the model to OnlyFans account. So these are the main type of subscribers that we do want to attract. So setting up your profile, there's a few different steps. So 3 key steps. 1, create a captivating profile. So choose a nice display picture and banner that are eye-catching and reflect the model's style. Write a playful and enticing bio. Keep it short and intriguing, and include a link to the OnlyFans for easy access when people do decide to go further. 2, adjust account settings. So enable adult content. Go to user settings, feed settings, and turn on adult content. Mark your content as sensitive, navigate to profile settings, and activate the NSFW toggle. So NSFW content is called not safe for work, and it's what you're going to be promoting regarding your model's OnlyFans account. And then 3, we have pin a post. So upload an album of at least 10 of the model's most attractive images, and then pin it to her profile. Okay, this ensures that visitors see the best content from the model straight away, which is going to help get more conversions to the model's OnlyFans account. Okay, then we have posting strategy. So you want to have a daily posting routine for models on Reddit. So 3 times a day in targeted subreddits, use a different image each time to keep the profile fresh and engaging. Avoid mentioning words like OnlyFans or using abbreviations like OF in your captions unless the subreddit specifically asks you to do that. And upload in as many subreddits as possible with this different type of content. So this is where we're going to get our traffic from, the eyeballs to the model. 2 is choosing subreddits. So start with a subreddit dedicated to the model's niche or style. So look for communities where the model's content fits naturally and has the best chance of getting noticed. So once you gain experience with karma, so karma is kind of what you get from getting upvotes on Reddit, which is essentially like likes. Once you start getting some more likes, you get some more karma, you can then expand to bigger subreddits, which do have a minimum karma threshold, okay? And then 3, captioning posts as well. So pair your images with enticing captions that align with the subreddit's theme. Now, the right caption can draw attention and boost engagement, which will ultimately lead to getting more subscribers for the model. Now, another key aspect of Reddit is to engage with fans. So within Reddit, when you start posting for the model, you're going to get lots of people DMing the model. You want to make sure that you respond to the chats, navigating the conversation towards them subscribing to the model's OnlyFans. Don't waste too much time on it, but just manage those interactions a little bit and push that conversation over. And then 2, you want to just make sure you're monitoring the messages as well. So many private messages can be spam or bots, but you just want to consistently make sure that you check in on these DMs that you're receiving for the model and make sure that you're forwarding them over to that model's OnlyFans account. Now, avoiding bans. So Reddit has strict guidelines and new accounts are particularly vulnerable to bans. So to avoid these issues, you want to follow the subreddit rules carefully. You want to avoid posting too frequently in a single subreddit or across multiple subreddits in a short time period. And you want to regularly check your account status in incognito mode to ensure that the account hasn't been banned, okay? So if you do get banned, it's not the end of the world. You can simply create another account and start promoting again and just make sure you don't make the same slip up. So making the most of Reddit. So there's a few different things you can do. So the first thing is to explore the subreddit options. So you want to make sure that you're looking for subreddits which have large audiences and also niche communities. So in fact, some of the smaller subreddits can have higher engagement and get you more subscribers because of the niche appeal. So for example, if your model's a blonde and you upload her in a subreddit for blondes, then it's going to get a lot more engagement, okay? And if the subreddit is not delivering results, analyze other successful creators within that subreddit and you can kind of emulate their strategy or look at additional subreddits that they're promoting in as well, okay? 2 is content quality. So always post high quality images that align with the subreddit theme. Avoid posting explicit nudity unless the subreddit allows it or kind of encourages you to do it. And ensure all of the content adheres to the community guidelines of each of these different subreddits. Each subreddit is its own community. You want to make sure you stick into the community rules. Now, the building momentum. So with consistent posting and active engagement, Reddit can become a very powerful tool for building your model's fan base and driving traffic to the model's OnlyFans account as well. Over time, you'll refine your approach. You'll figure out what subreddits are best. You'll figure out what type of content performs best in what subreddits. And then you'll just keep on posting in those subreddits. You'll keep on getting traffic and you will just build a consistent traffic source from each of these Reddit accounts that you're managing, okay? Now, how to promote on Instagram. So Instagram is one of the largest and most impactful social media platforms for building an audience for a creator, okay? Over time, it can become one of the best tools for driving traffic to your model's OnlyFans account. So a large Instagram following doesn't just boost visibility, but it helps you connect with fans on a more personal level, as you can upload stories, you can kind of retarget the followers that you do have. And then creators with significant followings, more than 100,000, often make tens of thousands of dollars a month, or even within days of launching a new OnlyFans account as well. However, having a strong Instagram presence from scratch requires dedication and a strategic approach. So here's an example of an OnlyFans creator. She's got lots of followers, she's posting lots of content, she's getting tons of engagement, tons of potential fans are seeing this content, and then she's got a link in her bio, which is driving traffic towards the OnlyFans account. So to get started on Instagram, you need to first set up your profile. So have a nice, cute profile picture of the model. Have a nice bio, which demonstrates the model's uniqueness or a particular niche that the model is attracting. Then also have a Linktree link. So you can't link directly to OnlyFans. Just have a Linktree link, which they click on that, and then there's a link to the OnlyFans. So it's like a two-step link, okay? 2 is to post 15 high-quality photos. So use different locations, outfits, and poses to create variety. Keep the content polished and professional to make a strong first impression. Now, it doesn't need to be really professional. It just needs to be, high-quality images of the model. As you can see in this account here, the model's different outfits, different poses, different settings, and it's all high-quality images with the model being the main focal point of the image. 3 is to follow relevant accounts. So start by following 10 to 15 creators with 100,000 to 1 million followers. Gradually increase this to 100 accounts that you're following. So you want to make sure that you're following creators similar to your model. So Instagram algorithm knows the type of creator that you are and who it should be promoting your content to. It should be promoting the content to the audiences of those who you are subscribing to or you are following. 4 is to set up highlights. So you can also set up highlights up here. And it's just basically, you can create 3 highlights showcasing themes. So it could be about me, daily life, behind the scenes. So when you do upload a story, you can add it to the highlight so people can automatically get a kind of behind the scenes glimpse or a more in-depth look into the model's personality just from checking out the model's OnlyFans page. And then 5 is you want to switch to a business account. So select a category like a fashion model, influencer, or blogger to appear more professional and access analytics so you can see the growth of the account as well. So let's go over the posting strategy. So there's a golden ratio which is called 6:1. So for every 6 photos you post, you should include at least 1 video or what we call a reel. Okay, so reels often perform better and keep your audience engaged, and you can use stories daily to stay visible and tag locations or brands for extra reach in addition. Now, some rules for posts. So you want to make sure you're doing stories daily. This is kind of retargeting those followers to stay top of mind. On average, it takes 6 impressions for someone to actually go through and subscribe to the model's OnlyFans account. So you can get that impression number up by making sure they're seeing the model's stories day in and day out. Eventually, they are going to decide to subscribe to the model's OnlyFans account. You also want to do 3 posts a day. So consistent posting builds momentum. More selfies, meals, or workouts. Just basically like any Instagram influencer, you want the model to be creating that similar type of content. Then we have captions. So you want to use captions to showcase the model's personality or share her day. Mixing playful, flirty, or relatable lines to create a bond with followers. And when unsure, you can just check other model accounts for inspiration or just search online for caption ideas. Now, growing your following. So we have organic growth and then paid shoutouts, and then HTG strategy, which is honest to goodness comments. So for organic growth, you want to focus on high quality content and consistent posting to grow organically. Use Instagram features like Reels, tags, and geotags to maximize the reach from the organic content you are uploading. And then you also want to engage with followers by replying to comments and DMs to build loyalty. 2 is paid shoutouts. So you can collaborate with other models in a particular niche. You can message them, say how much for a paid shoutout. They'll charge a price. They'll upload a picture of you to the story with a picture of with a link to the model's OnlyFans page or a link to the model's Instagram page. And then you're going to get some subscribers from that. You're going to get some more traffic as well. And then HTG strategy is you want to lead with genuine, thoughtful comments on posts. So whether from creators, meme pages, or niche accounts, just make good comments, and in return, they are most likely going to help get you some more reach too. And then you have collaborations. So once you reach 3,000 plus followers on Instagram, you can ask similarly sized creators to do shout out for shout out, where you shout out them and they shout out you. Again, this is just going to be increasing the amount of reach that you're getting on Instagram. Now, avoiding shadow bans. So Instagram is strict about promoting adult content. That's not particularly what they want their platform to be about. So you need to avoid linking directly to an OnlyFans. Make sure to use a link tree to direct the traffic to instead. Never mention OnlyFans in DMs, post, or captions. Instead say, click the link in my bio, something along those lines. And then use all of Instagram's features, stories, reels, and posts to show you're an active participant on the platform as well. So content ideas for stories. You want to make sure to keep stories fresh and relatable. Some ideas include casual updates like lying in bed, eating lunch, or working out, fun behind the scenes sort of moments, and then personal anecdotes or random messages to kind of showcase the model's personality. Okay. So the key to Instagram success is to 1, be authentic, 2, build suspense, and 3, to stay consistent. Okay. The more authentic you are, the more that the potential OnlyFans subscribers are going to be able to relate to the model. They're going to be able to build more of a connection as well. People build connection through someone being authentic. So it's important to make sure that the Instagram page for the model is authentic. Building suspense, so keeping the posts alluring, teasing, but nothing too explicit. It's going to build that suspense. And eventually, once there's so much suspense built, they're going to go and subscribe to the model's OnlyFans. And then 3 is staying consistent. You can't be, being consistent and then stop being consistent. You need to just stay consistent, because that's what it takes to build lots and lots of traffic on Instagram. Instagram rewards loyalty to the platform. So the more loyal you are with staying consistent, uploading high quality content, the more they're going to reward you with getting more traffic. Okay. Now, finally, we're going to go over Twitter, which is another potential traffic source that you can utilize to get your models more subscriber traffic. So Twitter is one of the most versatile social media platforms. It was Twitter, it's now called X, and it's particularly popular for allowing creators in the adult industry, known for its relatively relaxed content guidelines, and it's basically a hub for models promoting OnlyFans. Many creators, especially newcomers, use Twitter as their go-to to gain visibility and build a fan base. So while it can take some time to see results, a strong Twitter presence can become a powerful tool for driving traffic and growing the model's subscriber base. So again, it's a very similar kind of structure. So when setting up a profile on Twitter, you want to make sure that you've got, a good display picture, a good banner, a good bio, a good name. You want to make sure you update the settings to allow the content that the model's uploading. So go to settings, privacy, and safety. And under the content toggle, you can see display media that may contain sensitive content. Verify the account to avoid restrictions, and then follow the email verification process after signing up as well. Also want to make sure to adjust the model's handle, so avoid using generic usernames with random numbers. You want to make sure to create something simple and appealing, such as adding real or official to the model's Twitter handle. Okay. Now, an important part of Twitter is to create a strong first impression. So once the model's profile is ready, it's time to start engaging. We want to make sure we pin a tweet, so a captivating tweet similar to Reddit, a bit of content which is top performing, a bit of content when the model looks really good, and add a short caption. And you can add 2 stunning images. And it's the first thing people are going to see when they visit the profile, so you want to make sure to make it count. 2 is to post consistently. So start with 5 tweets that highlight the model's personality and content. Use engaging captions like "you won't believe what's on my page," or "click the link in my bio for more," and attach 2 images per tweet to optimize your post display. Networking and growth strategies. So Twitter is a very social platform, so it's important to be social on it. So you want to make sure that you're interacting with other OnlyFans creators on Twitter. So engaging with similar accounts, so retweeting them, they may retweet you back. You want to comment on the post as well, because you're going to be getting traffic from the promotion that they're doing too. Participate in threads. So many creators post threads where other people can promote themselves. So comment with a link to your pinned tweet and a short caption about the model's page. Keep a list of captions and links saved for quick responses. 3, retweet for retweet groups. So you can find tweets offering retweet for retweet opportunities. You can find groups as well. So essentially, you retweet them, they will retweet you back. So you can find this stuff, and again, it's just going to help the model get more visibility on the platform. And then 4 is to collaborate with promo accounts. So many accounts specialize in promoting OnlyFans creators. So reach out to these accounts, see whether they'll feature the model's content. And some may charge a fee if they've got a really, good audience, and it may be worth paying that fee to get some more traffic to the model's Twitter page and increasing that organic growth of the model's account. Once you get a baseline of like 10,000 followers, it's really easy to grow it from that point on by just posting high quality content on the page. Okay. Again, you want to avoid shadow bans. So Twitter algorithm can restrict account and flags it for suspicious activity. So here's how to stay safe. You want to enable sensitive content settings to ensure the posts are visible. Avoid using hashtags, as certain ones can trigger bans. Limit rapid follow/unfollow creators, prevent appearing bot-like. Follow and unfollow strategy doesn't work anymore. And then check daily to see if you're shadow banned using online tools. So if banned, you're probably best to pause activity for a few days and then restart it again. Now, the art of genuine engagement. So to truly thrive on Twitter, authenticity is what really matters. So take time to leave thoughtful comments on other creators' posts, compliment unique aspects of their content, like their style or setting, and just instead of generic remarks, retweet posts that the model is generally interested in, adding own comments to that type of content as well. It's going to kind of build that law of reciprocity where you do something good for them, they're going to want to do something good back, which may be as simple as a retweet. Okay. So leveraging Twitter for long-term success. So while Twitter takes time to build traction, it's a platform with immense potential, and you have models with millions of followers on Twitter who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month. Okay. So by making sure the profile is set up strategically, posting consistently for the model, engaging authentically with other creators, you're going to be able to grow that following on the model's Twitter, and it's going to drive significant traffic to the model's OnlyFans page as well. So here's some next steps. So in this video, we're going over a lot of value, and I hope you got a lot of value from this video as well. So some of you will take this information, you can implement it and start making money straight away just from this content that I've gone through. I've walked through exactly what an OnlyFans management agency is, how to get models for your OnlyFans management agency, how to onboard them, how to set up the account, how to promote them and actually get them subscribers. So in this video, I've gone over how you can actually start making money straight away. So you've got two options going forward with this information. One, you can take this information and run with it yourself. You'll experience a lot of problems and have to spend hundreds of hours building out systems to do all of this for you. And then two, the other option, which is the better option, is you can book in a call down below to get started with one-on-one consulting, one-on-one mentorship from myself, where we have a proven pre-built roadmap to get to 50K a month in 90 days, along with my agency's internal infrastructure that you get access to as well. So you can start making money and build an agency as soon as possible. We've got a step-by-step roadmap that we've built out, which we give to all of our consulting students, along with the program structure, which is built around this roadmap. And it's going over those 4 things, which is the recruitment system, the onboarding system, promotional system, management system. We have all of this built for you on exactly what you need to do. So it's just a question of just implementing the recruitment system, and you'll start signing high quality models. We then have the onboarding system fully built out for you as well. So everything's set up, the client folder template, the reporting template, the initial message, how to create a Slack channel to actually manage the interactions. Absolutely everything is covered from the contract. So you can get the model professionally onboarded really quick. It's all pre-built for you. We then have promotion as well. So we have a promotional system that is built out for you, so you don't have to do all this stuff yourself, constantly posting, figuring this all out. You can automate and delegate all of this because we've got pre-built SOPs, a pre-built step-by-step strategy, which is plug and play, so you can start getting traffic for models straight away. And then we've also got account management as well. Which is basically a plug and play account management system which you can implement to print money inside of the model's OnlyFans account as well. So exactly how to do pay-per-views, chatting onboarding, chatting training, all done for you. Making sure that you're keeping on top with the chatters by, pre-built SOPs that the chatters fill out on a daily basis, end of day reporting from the chatting. This is the most elaborate program that I've ever seen. I've been in lots of programs. I have spent hundreds of hours building out this program. And if you're just looking for a fast track to get started, definitely click the link below, and we can get you up and running with your OnlyFans management agency, and we can get you printing money as quickly as possible. And you can go from 0 to 50K a month in 90 days, like some of our students have done as well. So I hope you got a lot of value from this video. Please click the like button, the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.